Let us now get inside and start to look at the device user interface. Please refer to section 3.1 in the IM. Open the AMS Device Manager. It will open directly with the device connection view if you followed the steps in the network configuration tutorial. The green HART icon is the live device connected via the HART modem. Notice it comes up with the date and time tag as of now. Right-click on the HART icon and select Process Variables. This will open the device on the Process Variable menu. The user interface is divided into three main menus, namely Process Variables, Device Diagnostics and Configure, Setup. Each menu has one or more windows. And each window has one or more pages. The Process Variables menu has one window, labeled Primary Variables, and this window in turn has one page labeled Primary Variables. This page gives an overview of the process. The PV here stands for primary variable. The primary variable or measurement of our device is pressure. The group box PV measurement has three parameters. Every parameter called using the DD has certain attributes associated with it. For example, the first parameter called here has a label of pressure. The label is a mandatory attribute and is displayed just above the parameter text box. The next important attribute is the help. It can be accessed by clicking on the button here, with a cursor and question mark symbol, and clicking on any parameter. This displays the help associated with that particular parameter. Help can be a statement meant to describe the use of parameter. The pressure also has a unit of measurement associated with it. By default it is set to PSI. The unit is user selectable and can be accessed under the Configure, Setup section. We shall look at it in a while. Every parameter can either be dynamic or static. A dynamic parameter updates the value periodically without any user intervention. Like this pressure parameter. It reads the value of pressure from the device and keeps updating itself. Next parameter is the PV loop current. Again, a dynamic parameter that keeps updating the loop current, which is a reflection of the pressure value, relative to the pressure range of the device. The PV percent range gives the percentage value of the pressure reading, relative to the range values. The group box range values provides information regarding the lower range value, the PV LRV, and the upper range value, the PV URV. These can be defined by the user as per the process requirements. But remember, we are on the Process Variables menu and this is just to have an overview of the process parameters. All the parameters here are read-only, another attribute defined in the DD. The configuration is performed in the Configure, Setup menu. We will get to that in a while. The next group box is the PV status. This contains an analog gauge, displaying the process measurement at a glance. The dial is programmed as per the range values and it will change dynamically as per the user configuration. Next to this are the two status bits of the device. The PV overrange and PV underrange. The overrange alert is triggered if the applied pressure goes beyond the upper range value. This will also set the analog output or the loop current to 20 mA. And the underrange alert gets triggered when the applied pressure goes beyond the lower range value. This will also set the analog output or the loop current to 4 mA. So overall, the PV status group box provides the real-time information of the process that determines if it is in a good or bad state. There are 4 shortcut buttons provided on this menu. The first one is for the device information. Clicking on a button will pop up a window. The device information window has 2 pages, identification and revisions. The identification page gives you the basic details of the device like the tag, long tag, manufacturer, model, device ID and so on. These parameters can be set either during manufacturing, or the user can set these values on field as per the process requirement. However, the user cannot change or modify all the parameters listed here. The parameters, manufacturer, model, device ID and product configuration are not user-writable. These parameters need to be set during the manufacturing in the factory. The revisions page has the details regarding the HART protocol revision and the device hardware and software revisions. These are important data points to track any issues that might come from the field. The build number gives the exact software built loaded into the transmitter, so that we can replicate, understand and solve any customer issues.